The content that I'll be covering comes from Theoretical Foundations Week 1, which involves the concept of student choice. And I chose this because I think that student choice is a powerful way that students can engage themselves and be motivated to do their work and be more engaged in the process of creating work. In Theoretical Foundations, I learned the importance and the effects of student choice in the classroom. And in my own practices, I can include student choice by including multiple reading selections. So like if we had a reading assignment, I could have a group, like one of the pods of the table pods, I could have each person read something and they get to choose what they read. Or I could also include different topics that like my students are interested in. Like for example, if I know a couple students play soccer, or I know a couple students that have a younger sibling, or like certain things like that, just to get to know my students and then use their individualism in the classroom. So have a topic about soccer, or read something, like read a problem and it has something to do with what their life is actually about. I could also incorporate choice in assignments by having multiple assignment ideas. For example, like you can do a video, or you can write a response, or you can draw a picture or make art, or like just different ways that students could express themselves in an assignment if they don't want to all do the same thing, because ideally that doesn't really work for every student. And if they get to pick what they decide to work on, they might be more enthusiastic and excited to complete that assignment if their choice is respected and put into consideration more. So that was the theme that I decided to touch on the most, because I've been in classes where I had no student choice and where I had a lot, and so I think that from my personal experience, I really would like to include student choice in the classroom, because I think that it really did make me more engaged or less engaged if there was or wasn't choice. I also really believe in revision. I think that would be something I'm definitely going to include in my classroom, like revising answers or tests or papers and getting feedback. I think that is really important to me. Which revision was in reading classrooms as a text, but revision gives students more time to actually, like if you just kind of say this is wrong and you're not going to allow there to be space for the student to do what is correct or to fix their mistakes. And in classes where I haven't been able to revise things, I never learned the correct way. Like I remember doing math and getting my test back, and I never knew the mistakes I was making, and I never had the opportunity to fix them. So I would make the same mistakes over and over again. So I think revision, both in mathematics and in English and science, would be really helpful for students to have the opportunity to get the correct foundation before moving on to something else and redoing the same pattern that they had before. So in reading classrooms as a text, revision was definitely a topic that I would like to work on in my classroom. So those were my main takeaways and ideas, which I would conceptualize using them in my classroom. And I'm really excited for trying different things, and yeah.